You know what I really want right now?
Steak?
No.
No, I can't read your mind now.
A banana.
I hate you. Stop. Are you guys ready for this? Three Dudes Babbling Podcast.
Sup, fuckers?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey.
Welcome back, yeah. You've been out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I've just been busy.
Missed your last episode.
Excuse
Can
me.
you stop?
Hey,
Don't tell me how to cough,
yeah, it's dusty.
bitch.
Dusty.
I don't know.
Dusty? It's your basement.
I don't clean.
Come on now.
Look around you. Does it look like I clean?
Ladies.
This isn't the shaggin' wagon in my house.
The
Shag?
shaggin' wagon?
I
Yeah,
mean, I think it kind of is.
it has the aesthetic of a shaggin' wagon, but it is not. Oh,
Hold on.
oh. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I see how it is. I see how it really do be.
Yeah, it do be that. Sorry, at least it wasn't a noise. My bad, guys.
It's okay. I'll forgive you once.
Once?
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets
Everyone
one,
gets one.
according to Spider-Man.
Yeah. So how was your vacation? I mean,
Oh.
you were on vacation.
Yeah.
We were recording.
I went.
We had a nice episode. Alec and I went intellectual. Did we?
Not really.
I was yelling at Alec.
Oh.
Like, the first time we tried recording, and then we lost it because your computer started updating.
Yeah.
I played Rocket League while we were recording, and Josh was completely okay with it. And then the second time,
He was
I was
just
doing
not-
the exact same thing.
He
and
wasn't into it, man. He was just into the game.
But
It
it's
was
Rocket
more-
League.
Yeah, I know.
That's Alex-ish.
It is his ish.
That's his ish right there.
I mean, it should be your ish too.
Yeah, I don't have time.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but I just don't feel like playing video games. Which is really weird.
It's not weird at all.
Like, I just
He's
getting that
tired.
fit. No, I'm not tired. I just,
Don't feel like doing anything. I hear you. So you went to
I went to
Tennessee?
Knoxville, Tennessee for a
Ooh.
Comic-Con.
Yeah?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, who'd you meet?
I met Carrie Elwes, who plays Wesley in The Princess Bride. He was also Robin Hood in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
This is like
Oh,
kind of a
that's-
big deal for you too.
I know, that's my hero.
That's who that was.
Yeah, and he was. You know what? I didn't realize this. He was in the first Saw movie. He was the doctor. He was the blonde doctor.
The doctor.
The blonde doctor.
I've
Yeah.
never.
You never seen the first Saw?
I've seen like bits and pieces of Saw.
It shocked me. It was just like, oh shit, I forgot you were in this. And he laughed. And he was like, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
He's I completely forgot he was Australian too. So I went in there to talk to him.
Oh,
And no,
Knife.
not
He's
like
"Oh,
that.
This is a knife.
That's
Full of
racist.
knife.
That's racist.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Raw.
No, it was like a hint. Like it was he had like, you know how you go, like I was down in the south, like everyone has a twang. Like he
Yeah,
had like
no.
that, but Australian.
Sure,
I
was it
feel
New
like that's
Zealand?
everybody in Australia.
Yeah, but it was
Actually,
just
I
like,
can't say that.
It was-
I'm pretty sure there's different sections of Australia where they have different accents.
yeah.
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, you sounded.
I
Um,
didn't even mean to do that. It was not done intentionally.
No, yeah, but this was kind of a big deal for you.
Dude, he's my
because
hero.
Princess Bride is one of your favorite movies.
Princess Bride is number 3 of my top.
He said
25.
He said one of your favorites.
Yeah, number 3 of my top 25.
I feel like that's just a little much. Top 25. Like when I ask people,
Top 10.
I normally I tell them, okay, give me your top 3 favorite movies or give me your top 3 favorite artists, because it's like top 3 is more of a difficult question where you can't give top 5, so you have to restrict it even more
Top 3
out of 25.
out of top 25.
Out of 25?
Yeah. Which was a really hard list to make. I don't know. When I can't sleep, I just make a list.
Get the notepad.
Yeah.
It's make a pros and cons list.
No, I remember back when I was in high school. It took me 2 weeks to compile a list. I ranked all presidents.
All presidents.
Every president.
So, where? Let's see. Who's an iffy president? Where did Nixon rate on your?
He was towards the end.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
At the top.
No,
You sure?
I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
I mean, if you think about it, it wasn't necessarily his fault.
Why?
It was his administration that really fucked that. He just tried covering up, and then he was just like...
He tried to cover...
Well, because it was like, he didn't want to seem incompetent, which is the whole thing behind the Watergate. Watergate, yeah.
Yeah.
So then after he was just like, fuck it, it's a lost cause. He's like, it wasn't my fault. That was the FBI.
He did a lot of other shitty things.
Basically.
He did a lot of other shitty things though too. He wasn't the worst.
Well, no, I'm just saying a lot of that big shit.
Oh, I wasn't
really his fault.
No, I know. I wasn't putting that on him.
So, who do you think is the worst?
President?
Yes.
Like.
Who ranked on that list?
Last?
Yes. Come on, you had. First
it was
probably Teddy, and then who was the last? Really?
What?
Teddy was third. No, Teddy was
his third favorite.
No,
So
I made the reason it was so hard is because I did it without bias.
Um,
There was a little bit of bias, but there was it was mostly I did a lot of research of what they did of my personal favorite of who's the best.
Unbiased.
Washington.
the one and only, the OG.
Washington and then Lincoln and then Jefferson.
I don't really include those first couple presidents.
It wasn't real.
No, it's not that it wasn't. It's just
they didn't have
shit back then was a lot different.
Shit back when Teddy Roosevelt was president was a lot different.
Okay, yeah, but think about that only 100 years before that.
I mean, everything was a lot different.
That was 100 years ago. Actually, it was it was more than 100 years ago Teddy was president.
It's crazy.
Was it? Yeah.
That's
No,
crazy.
wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I thought he was. Oh, he was during World War I, wasn't he?
He was before.
Oh wow. No, you sure about that? Teddy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I thought it was during the 30s.
Teens. Early teens.
What was he during the Depression? What was
No.
the Depression?
FDR.
No, okay.
FDR is kind of who brought us out of the...
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna get right into it.
But I didn't finish my vacation.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
We got sidetracked.
We got sidetracked. I was like, did we finish this?
No. Who else did I meet? I met...
No, but you got to meet that.
Oh, and it was a cool... he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
We talked... I was like, oh, Princess Bride is one of my favorites. It's
he's like, here's $90. Give me it.
No. Oh, yeah. So, usually when you go to Comic-Cons, you get charged by the celebrities, hey, $50 for an autograph.
So how much is the ticket for Comic-Con? Because this is a fucking scam.
It kind of is, because you got to pay money to pay more money. I spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But there's some celebrities who they don't charge a lot. They charge
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
That's so nice of them. I'm making $1 million. I blew it all.
No, because some of them aren't making that much money anymore.
But
they're still doing it as
I made $1 million. I blew it all.
Does that make it even better?
No.
I think that makes it worse.
Listen.
If you're not relevant today, man.
But anyways.
Okay.
So I get in line, and it's for a combo deal, you get an autograph, a picture with him, and his book. And I just had him sign the book for me because I was going to bring something for him to sign, but I completely forgot. It was $90. So I go in, tell the guy what I want, meet Carrie Elwes, walk out. As I'm walking out, I'm like, they didn't ask me for my money. And I thought about going back, and I was like, I felt really bad for a second, and I was like, he's a celebrity, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to go back and say FDR he was president during 33 to 45.
Yeah. 4 terms.
You said it was during World War One.
No, I said it was during the
I
Depression.
I forgot he was.
He asked if it was during the
Yeah,
Depression. I said
Oh,
yes, that was
okay.
FDR.
I
World War
forgot-
One was Wilson.
I forgot he was the only one to serve 4 terms.
He wasn't the only one, I don't think.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was? Okay.
Well, he was the president to serve the longest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
And so,
basically
I'm
just
pretty
because
sure-
it was during wartime.
Well,
Well, it's because he got them out of the Depression. Everyone was kind of just comfortable. Like, this guy's pretty cool.
Well, no, there was no term limit before.
Right, that's the thing.
And then he was like, well, everyone would just be like, okay, after like 8 years, you're like, you know what? This shouldn't, I just gotta pass this off. So I think once he did it, he was like, okay, this is not, and he put it in place, I'm pretty sure.
No, it was Congress. Congress was like, we're not doing this.
Yeah, okay.
Because he was
I
getting,
thought
he,
he saw
he
it.
was
He was
getting
like-
super powerful, bless you.
It was,
Excuse
it was swinging his big dick.
Yeah. Not
He
his
was
big
like-
stick.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Teddy.
Damn.
They were related. They're like second cousins or something.
All right, but let's go back.
Yeah, sorry.
So you, good thing you didn't go back and pay the $90. But dude, sorry, but come on, that's ridiculous. $90
It was dumb.
for like 5 minutes, man.
Don't
right?
meet your heroes.
Yeah, don't meet your heroes.
But he was a really nice guy, and it kind of made me happy.
Yeah, who else did you? So who else was there? Any like big names?
Bruce
Like,
Campbell.
Who did he play?
He was in the Evil Dead movies.
Oh yeah.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's not old. He's old. He's like in his 50s, but he's not like decrepit. Like he looks really good for his age.
He didn't show up in a wheelchair, so it's positives.
There were a bunch of wrestlers there because like it's the South,
Was
and
Hulk Hogan there?
no, Sergeant
Dude.
Slaughter was there, and the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik was supposed to be there, but he didn't show up.
You know what would be really funny? You know how Hulk just like he always just takes
Yeah.
off his. So what if Hulk just like every 10 minutes he was like in his contract he
Needed to rip off his
Yeah,
shirt,
he
so
got-
it's like he rips one off and then he just immediately puts one back on.
no like another person like he just lifts his arms straight up and another person just puts it. It's like constant. It's like clockwork. He just like rips it off and then another person just whoop. He's like
I
yep.
feel like another person would hand it to him because he would be too big for somebody to just like.
Well, that's why it was mostly tank tops because you can just slip a tank top right over him.
Yeah, big arms.
24-inch
Big
pythons,
arms.
big sleeves.
Yeah,
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 I would go.
yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, and the funny thing about Knoxville is, you remember the wrestler Kane?
No.
I never
Oh, you
watched
never
wrestling.
did
Yeah.
wrestling?
I actually have heard of.
Well, Kane retired, and now he's the mayor of Knox County.
Wait, wasn't he one of the guys from?
What's up, King?
Wasn't he one of the sons of Adam and Eve?
That's biblical.
Oh,
What?
okay.
He's thinking Cain and Abel.
Oh, Cain and Abel. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, Kane is mayor, like an
So
Oh.
stupid. I hate you. Like.
I love you.
I hate you too. It's okay.
But yeah, it was a good time. I like being down there because I've got family down there, and I got to see some of them. I'll probably go back in a couple months just because I'll do
Just
more
'cause.
like I want to do more like Tennessee things because I was in not.
I wanna drink moonshine.
I did drink some
It's
moonshine.
got to be out of a bathtub.
No, it's gotta be out of a jar with 3 X's on it.
It's a mason jar, yeah. No, it's a jug.
Yeah.
It's a jug.
Yeah, you gotta get a mason jar.
But
And it has to
they,
be
they
like-
do it. They do it in the bathtub and then they put it in the.
Yeah, you get the.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can
But-
sip it from the ladle in the
but-
bathtub.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
how
has-
you test it to make sure it's okay.
But it has to be like
If you
you
don't,
know the last.
If you
fourth
don't go
of-
blind, it's not good.
it has to be.
exactly.
It has to be the last fourth of the jug. You know.
Yeah, and
just-
you just gotta.
No. It just shows that you have to have one. You have to have overalls and one not on it. You have to just go for the look. Big straw.
It's a beautiful state though.
That's a stereotype. The whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It is.
But anyway, mountains. It's very green down there. I'd move down there in a heartbeat. It's gorgeous.
Did you do you ride like ATVs down there? and stuff?
Yeah, ATV. Like there's a bunch of
It's actually the
ATV
prime- That's actually the prime
mode
way
of
to get
transportation.
around.
Yeah, actually,
ATV.
if you're on the mountains, yeah, There's a lot of ATV trails, like, in the city where my family's from. We're from Lake City, which a lot of people call Rocky Top now, but it's not.
Yeah, how fun would that be? Just
What,
just
ATVs?
cruising, yeah.
Most people do. I saw a bunch of people on, like, ATVs and gators and shit like that.
They're actually riding gators.
No, like the club, like the...
Yes.
Yes,
Gators.
there's gators there.
Tennessee people.
Dude, I saw-
They're so badass that they're like...
I conquered a gator today.
Mm.
Florida man died.
Fourth one today.
I like how we give him the accent.
That was almost pretty. It was close.
I'll take it. I'll
It
take
was,
it.
if I would have been down there for another day or two, I would have came back with like twang. Like I started getting it while I was down there, and then
Florence, y'all.
yeah, I did send you the Florence Y'all thing,
I hate did I tell you I always see that sign? Like,
and you hate it.
I hate
It's
it.
hilarious,
It's so stupid.
dude. I saw a
Sorry,
big
Florence.
ass snake.
I hate.
I know, but I had to tell
I had to tell you. I saw a big snake.
like I was at my cousin's house.
It's not an actual snake.
You want to give Josh a fucking heart attack or make him shit himself?
Yes.
Just send a big thing of a snake.
Shit, I want to make him shit. I was like, it ran away though.
I think he shit himself.
I think I made him shoot himself.
Like I broke his freaking neck.
Yeah, man, dude. I hate snakes. Get him out. Get him out. Stop talking.
Impeach him.
Impeach.
Impeach
the snakes.
Hashtag not my animal.
Hashtag not my reptile. Not my reptile person.
Can you wait? Can we just talk about
Snakes.
So like since we were talking about politics.
We are not talking about
No, but
politics.
like the when Trump was first elected, when the hashtag not my president came up, what were they gonna do? Like
Hashtag not my president.
hashtag not my president, but he is though. Sorry.
But he's not.
I'm actually Canadian, so he's actually not my president.
Hey, Justin.
I heard he was really fucking it up. But I don't.
Who, Trudeau?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not
Duh.
getting into this. So
The only
you know,
country's politics I pay attention to is
Saudi
Antarctica.
Arabia. Okay. So we're gonna get into it right now.
It's time for Ask Dr. Stupid with your host, Dr. Stupid.
We have
Wait,
a Dr. Stupid
I
article?
thought
Yeah.
that we had.
Okay.
I've got. They're local too, which makes it
Wait,
even better.
Did you have something?
No, I was gonna say, do you actually know the political landscape that's happening in Saudi Arabia now?
No.
Yeah,
It's
like,
pretty fucked.
well, it was a monarchy. The family kept the way it is.
Yeah.
Kept it the way it is. But there's one guy who is
Trying to keep power.
he's eliminating that.
Um,
So like his uncle was on it, and he kicked his uncle off of it and basically overstepped like two of his cousins or something that were supposed to take it over first. And he's the way that he's going about it is fucked. He's making a lot of steps to become a lot more liked in the community. So like he's giving women a lot more power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are liking him for that, but
it's the shit, dude.
it's shady, and a lot of the things that he's doing, people are thinking he's doing for the wrong reasons.
He probably is.
Mm-hmm. But that's
I mean, yeah, that's
a
neither.
whole nother thing.
But dude,
I mean,
like,
I'm not somebody who can really talk about it. I just looked it up
Well,
a little bit.
But you know who can talk about it?
Hold on.
Not
Last
Dr. Stupid.
little.
Dr. Stupid.
Hold on. Last little comment before you go into Dr. Stupid.
No, you already
Dude,
played
the-
my music.
I'm sorry.
It's more of a jingle.
It's so really like power does so much for a person,
Mm-hmm.
and like you can just overstep your family and be like, dude, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. That's just so messed up. All right, let's. Do I have to play the music again?
Yes.
Oh
Hey,
shit.
do you really? No.
Yes.
Just go with it.
No. Again.
Fine, we'll go on a Battle of the Ages.
God damn it! I have it pulled up.
Then do it.
He's gonna play my music.
Yeah, man, come on. I don't know what to do.
So Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court judge had to be told to stop vaping on the bench.
Wait, how many times?
This was a Cuyahoga County.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times
Wow.
was too much.
Judge Joe Russo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh man. He
Dude,
had to be told to stop vaping on the bench.
So, what do you think? He's like solemn. He's like, do you swear to tell the truth? He's like, hold on.
Hashtag not
He's
my
like
judge.
blowing sick clouds. He's like, you see that one? Hell yeah.
He's
what?"
sitting there doing the rings.
he's like, you see this smoke? That's true smoke right now. I'm like, shit. He like puts sunglasses on, and Judge Russo's like,
Deal with it.
deal with it. He's like, I'll deal with it for now, but how often do you think he was doing it?
A lot.
Obviously enough to.
It was a problem before, but no one really said anything. Like a juror finally complained, so then they had to like stop it. And like, they pulled him aside, and they're like, "All right, like,
What's
you
up with
can't."
these?
And they had to change like the HR, like HR had to change like the specific wording of like that you can't be smoking like your electronic cigarettes in a courtroom.
What's up with these fucking vape gods? Everywhere we go, they have the fucking sick mods that they always talk about.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't vape. I think it's stupid, and they're now.
But they just do it everywhere.
They're now coming out with all these different studies saying how bad it is for you.
They moved
It's like-
you see they upped the smoking age.
Mm-hmm,
It's 21. Yeah.
Dude,
But it's like you have this thing, and people think it's so much better because it's not a cigarette anymore, and there's not as many
Yeah.
chemicals in it. But
No,
doesn't
there's-
mean there's not other stipulations and
Well, there's
shit
other-
that makes you.
there's
Yeah.
other chemicals in there. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
But
it's not like
I just think, why? These people, like, they get made fun of, but they still do it.
well, and okay, it's like.
It's not even like that.
I get the thought process because it's like, okay, cigarettes are bad. We know cigarettes are bad. We've
Yeah.
known this since like the 90s. But people still smoke. Now you have an alternative that where you don't have all those other bad tar and chemicals and shit that turn your lungs into black, gross
Gross, yeah.
shit, whatever. And now you have this alternative where it's like vaping. Now, thinking about vapor, whatever, you don't think it's bad
Because it's water.
because it's just water. But the thing is, you're adding all these other chemicals into
Yeah.
this water,
Not good.
and you're inhaling it. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
People know it's gonna be bad, but there's only so much you can do about it.
Oh man, I just think it's ridiculous that people, like, you see it everywhere. Like, how did this? Because if you go back like 10 years ago, people weren't even like smoking that much in places.
Cigarettes.
Like
Yeah,
in
they were.
places.
No, because
Because
after
you can smoke cigarettes in
Yeah,
places. Now
exactly.
people have an excuse to smoke in places
Exactly.
because it's just water.
I want to say it was maybe like 08, 06, 08. They
Yeah,
they
where
put
they-
that
where they
ban
banned
where
it.
you couldn't do it in restaurants anymore.
There were certain places that still allowed it,
Well,
though. Very
Pennsylvania-
few.
Well, yeah,
Pennsylvania, I remember when we went the one time, they still allowed
Mhm.
it. Oh,
But anyway, continuing our local stories.
I'm glad Russo dealt with it.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
No. It was Russo.
Yeah.
There's
It was-
Joe.
it
There's
was Russo.
There's
He was
Joe
the one doing it
Russo
on
and
the-
then John Russo, and Joe Russo was vaping, and John Russo was like, "Stop it."
I'm glad. Good job, Russos.
So anyway,
Good job, John.
so there's a Toledo.
And then special shout out to the other Russos from Cleveland.
Meh.
Okay. Carry on.
So there's an Ohio. Listen, laughter boy. There's an Ohio strip club. It's one in Toledo, and they're offering free couches to a good home.
Dude, there's definitely a
Club alert! Scarlett's Cabaret. Former couch dance furniture put out to pasture may have stained unknown bodily fluids. Use at your own risk.
University of Toledo kids
That-
are definitely getting it.
That really sells. Sells. It definitely does. You know, I feel like if furniture stores were to try to like.
But they're not even selling it. It's for free. They left it outside because
Well-
there was a fire at this place.
I'm saying though, if furniture stores were to use that tagline, like
use at your own
use
risk.
at your own risk, that'd really. People
I like
would
to
be
live
like, you know what?
dangerously.
Fuck you! Don't tell me how to live.
I like to live dangerous.
I can live how I want.
But that reminds me of a funny story. So you remember how I used to do the house thing, like working on houses and shit?
Yeah.
We had a property that was like, it was an old mansion, and we turned it into a bunch of apartments. And we had these two girls living in the one unit, and they both were strippers. And they eventually moved out, so we redid their unit. And I was still in high school, and this was around the time that we were doing a musical, and my boss and I were building the set for the musical.
And you use the couches.
There was a spare couch from the strippers
going.
apartment, and we were like, we need a couch for the musical.
Did you at least bleach it?
Flip the cushions.
I flipped the cushions,
That's.
but
How do you know? How do you know that they didn't flip the cushions at one point?
I know. So it's like, wait a minute. So in my senior year, our production of Singing in the Rain, there's a couch that like 3 people. I was one of the 3 that we all sit on.
Everybody got herpes.
We all got crabs. But we all got like, everyone got paper plate awards like at the end, because that's what we did like as a tradition. And mine was
Bring a stripper couch.
So I also bought chocolate cigars, because there's a scene where we have to like, we're passing around cigars, and I ate mine on stage one day.
Yes.
It was fucking hilarious, but someone got really mad at me, but it was okay. But my paper plate award was like spicing up a family show with a stripper couch and cigars.
That doesn't. I mean, that sounds like family to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking like
Drugs.
Like
There's a reason why it was a stereotype in the 50s.
Yeah, right.
like my boss was like, "Don't tell anyone where we got this," and I told Victor, obviously,
I told everyone.
and then I told everyone.
Don't worry, I told everyone.
Everyone was afraid to sit on it.
Yeah. I mean, some people were sleeping on it.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me? It
I was
reminds me
kind
of
of sleeping.
It reminds me of The League, where they film a porn scene.
In Andre's apartment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, ooh, must have spilled something. He's like leftover.
Leftover avocado.
And he's like scraping it. He's like, ooh, it must be staying. He licks his finger. Oh,
Oh, that's gross.
ugh.
That's disgusting.
Oh man. Is there any more Dr. Stupids?
I mean, there could be, but it's fine. We can move on.
It's fine.
There's like, that was a theme. Like, there's none that like fit that theme now.
No. Are we going back to? Are we moving to?
We can do whatever the fuck you guys want now.
Batalays of Los Ages.
What?
Los Angeles.
Butlet?
Yes.
Butler.
But like,
Okay, what are we battling for Los Angeles?
What? Alex, just read the thing.
That'll
Just ignore him read.
Okay, so first one we have the Roman army right after Augustus's reign
Oh shit.
versus 10 million plush giraffes that have the batteries in them to make them move.
Okay, so was Augustus after Caesar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Augustus was his child.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not big.
Okay, Augustus, like
Rome.
after the Roman
Yeah,
Empire
it was
or the
shit
Roman
after.
army, it wasn't that bad. No, he had about 250,000 soldiers, and they were split up into like different sections and whatnot. So like they're still very predominant.
I'm gonna go with the giraffes.
Yeah, I was definitely think that's not their peak under him.
No. You know why I'm going with the giraffes? They're gonna be they're not gonna know. They're like, why are these things moving? They're gonna be. They're not gonna know what they are. They're not gonna know why they're moving. They're gonna think it's some work of the gods. So they're just gonna be like, all right, we surrender.
You surrender. No.
See, I know.
8 to brute.
I just imagine like an avalanche of these
I know,
giraffes,
just-
and then they're hard, so they've got the battery things in them. So then they're getting hit in the head, and they're like, "Oh God, these hurt!" Like,
You know what I'm picturing right now?
what?
It's the battlefield. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's dead quiet. fucking.
All you hear is. It keeps getting louder. Like, stand your ground, and then comes over the ridge, and then they just get trampled by they just get trampled.
Their face is just like.
It's all I'm picturing. It's just giraffes moving up and down.
Oh,
What
man.
is it? I don't know. Hold.
It's like you got the scouts like further, and they're just running away, like booking at full speed. Like they already dropped their sword and shield.
Run away.
It's like the Battle of Winterfell in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, where like they just run back,
Yes, exactly.
just like that.
Haha,
Sorry.
Winterfell.
Game of Thrones, stop.
Ruined at the last season.
Anyways, next.
Alright, so we have Adolf Hitler
Oh God.
versus the crippling psychopathography of Adolf Hitler.
I'm going with the latter.
Yeah.
Hitler was just a man.
Yeah, and his brain kind of killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, kinda.
You know how much drugs that man did?
Do you know how much issues that man had?
Yeah. Do you see the mustache he sported?
Did you see his art?
Yes.
It's actually
Did you
not
see
bad.
his lederhosen?
Yeah.
Just remember, his political takeover was his second option.
yeah.
Art was his first. When that didn't really pan out, yeah, well, okay.
That art. That. Could you imagine that art school that like denied him? They were like, "Fuck."
No, I think.
They're like, "What did we do?"
I mean, looking back at it, probably now.
Yeah, that art school was like, "We denied Hitler.
Yeah.
That was us.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Kind of
We
If he
can't
didn't-
cause the Holocaust."
if he didn't like
hold my beer.
destroy that art school as soon as he could.
I think he was probably that was like his first order. He was like, "Bomb it now."
That's actually why he went into politics.
They stole a bunch of art too, like the Nazis.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big thing when they went into cities.
Steal the art.
There's still
There's still
a
shit
bunch
missing.
of
Yeah.
art that's missing.
That's what there's a movie called Monuments Men out, and it's about like the guys who went in and like
Yeah.
rescued that art.
Yeah, I saw that.
Decent film. Check it out.
Decent film.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I think Brad Pitt's in it.
Brad Pitt.
Fuck,
Brad
John Goodman's in it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Poot.
Brad Putin.
I'm gonna say the psychopathography of Adolf Hitler definitely wins.
That's
that.
we're in agreement. Two in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just think
it-
about how.
If you think about it, Hitler's biggest enemy was
Himself.
Hitler.
It was.
Like the reason why because if they would have woken up Hitler when they started the raid along the coast.
D-Day.
Yeah, well that wasn't even the first one that they didn't land there the first one. If they would have woken up Hitler, they could have been like, okay, they had like fucking tanks and army just like on standby,
They would have
waiting.
Yeah.
but they didn't want to deal with Hitler being pissed, so they let him sleep. The more you know.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
dude. Hitler is like.
He's his own worst enemy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
He's slapping him. Why?
He's like in a onesie, and he's got his teddy bear. He's like, "Why didn't you wake me up?"
He has his his little blankie.
They're like, "We know, you know how you are at first thing in the morning. We didn't want to poke."
You're not a morning person. We wanted to wait until the
And
afternoon.
he'd be like, "Oh, understandable."
No. He's like complaining the whole time. He's rubbing his eyes. He's like, "Oh, you want a nap?" He's like, "Mm-hmm."
Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can go back to sleep. We'll just
He's
let England keep
He's
pummeling our
"Oh."
shoreline.
He's like, "Oh, little guy had a tough day."
No, it was us in Russia that gave him a run for their money.
See,
Sorry, Brits.
the unspoken heroes of that
Yeah.
are the fucking art people and like the actors from England, because they're the ones who completely made Hitler and Germany think that England had a way bigger army than they actually did.
I was reading, I forget if it was during World War One or World War Two. No, it was World War Two. The British had this tactic to where they dropped a bunch of matchbooks to the Nazi soldiers, like, and explaining them how to, like, fake an illness and, like, get sent home. And then the Nazi officers found out about it and stopped sending people home. So then people who were actually sick stayed and got a bunch of other people sick.
That's pretty slick.
There's
I didn't know about that.
yeah. There's a lot of tactics that
Well, okay.
War.
The thing I was talking about is when
it's not just a card game.
Germany was trying, like, because they had built a wall, just like the entire coastline,
Wall?
and that was to in case they wanted to go ahead and land on
Yeah.
to put an assault on Europe, and when they were just observing and, like, doing an aerial watch out of England, the artists and actors, they made balloons that looked like giant hot air balloons that, like, you know, the fucking blimps and shit.
Yeah.
They had those. They had balloons that looked like tanks. They had different wooden cutouts that looked like soldiers, so that when they were going over top, they looked down, they're like, holy shit, they have way more people than we thought. And they didn't.
It's an island.
They didn't, yeah. They had, like, a fraction of that.
Yeah.
And then when
So, like,
they
like,
threw
whip-
them off
whip
before
like
they
that.
started, like, they went during the middle of the night to start the invasion.
Yeah.
And
They're like, no one's here.
the day before, they had these people who were listening in on England, and it sounded like they had troops that were scrambling and shit like that. Like, they vocalized and made it sound like that, even though they didn't have any of the recording of any of that shit. So it was pretty slick. But yeah, I can keep going about that.
But of military tactics and going back to, like, Caesar and Augustus. Caesar, they go on, like, funny military tactics. Caesar was invading, like, this castle and, like, this fort, and
Got stabbed in the back.
he was gonna wait him out. Like, he was just cut off supply lines and just wait him out. So he built a giant wall around this castle or this fort, and just waited. They got out, like, someone got out in time to get reinforcements, so then reinforcements came to fuck up Caesar.
And they built
They built another wall!
Classic Caesar.
Held back the reinforcements, starved out the fort. The leader of this fort literally just came out, threw a shield on the ground, and surrendered to
He's like,
Caesar.
man,
He's like, fuck you.
He's like, man, I'm hungry.
See,
Come on,
Caesar
man.
was a prick.
He was a fucking chotch.
I
That's
mean,
hilarious.
But, I mean, he's funny.
Built and it was a big ass wall.
Build the wall. We're better than them. Just build it. We have the innovation.
And
Come on.
it was funny because when these reinforcements came, like, Caesar and Mark Antony were, like, actually, like, Caesar was actually, like, on the battleground fighting, and, like, he had his own soldiers, like, trying to run away. He would throw them right back in the battle. Like, don't you run away. Like, literally, he would throw them back in the battle.
Yeah, you little bitch. He's like, I'll deal with you after this fight, but I hope you better not die. I'll kill you after.
You think you're scared to die out there? Wait till I get a hold of you.
Exactly.
It's like when your parents were like, "I'll give you a reason to cry."
I brought you into this.
Caesar's like, "I'll give you a reason to desert."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dessert.
Mm.
Okay.
Desert.
So
Wow.
we got a couple more to get through here.
'Kay.
Next one, we've got Sully from Monsters Inc.
Okay.
He's winning.
versus the Ghost of Stonewall Jackson in a battle of who can get more laughs in a stand-up comedy act.
Dude, Sully all day.
No, Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall. But he's
The Ghost of Stonewall Jackson.
Exactly.
Oh, so he's developed this nice comic.
He's got time.
So that's what he did in his afterlife.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what he did.
He's like,
He
you
wa-
want
he's
to
like-
hear a joke? My body. So, and this is true. They put a monument up where, he lost his arm in a
Yeah.
battle. They put a monument up where they buried his arm, and
Nice.
instead of where they actually buried his body. Like, they just have, like, a gravesite where they buried his body, but there's a monument where they buried his arm.
Can't find my arm. Can't find my arm.
Damn it.
Just build it.
Yeah, I'm going with Stonewall.
Stonewall.
In a stand up. Yeah,
He was a badass.
he's and that perfected his stand up career.
Yeah.
Who do you think he was influenced by him? Do you think he was the influence?
Sully. I think Sully was influenced by the ghost of Stonewall Jackson.
Okay. You know,
Every comedian today can go back and say, I got a lot of
You
my
know what?
bits from Stonewall Jackson.
Yeah.
I stole him from Stonewall.
Yeah. I mean, what's he gonna do?
You're right.
Hit you with his...
Yeah.
Hey, can you give me a hand?
Yeah, I can
He's
just give you
like-
one.
You know, he's like,
Alright, last one. Okay. We've got DW from Arthur
Oh, God.
versus the bottom of my shoe.
Bottom of your shoe, 9 times out of 10.
what are you, a dad?
Yeah, fuck DW.
DW was a bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
DW.
Fuck them kids. When she
No.
broke Arthur's toy and it created the meme of the fist.
I
told you!
lines up and just clocks her.
And she fucking deserved it.
Oh my god, I need to fucking find this clip. I can show you this clip afterwards,
She's a
but
little bitch.
I sent Aaron this clip of that, only Arthur turns into a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. It's
I've seen
hilarious.
that, yeah.
You remember when the Homer getting hit with a chair in the bathtub thing was a popular meme?
No.
No.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not a big Simpsons meme guy.
Oh.
Hey, man. Hey, now. Hey, now. Yeah.
Okay, but before we go, did
Maybe
you
one more
guys see that that thing that I posted on Facebook? I tagged you in it, of Mike Tyson being like photoshopped into every single character of Family Matters.
Yes. Yes, I did see that. That's a tragedy. I'm sorry. I tried to do his lip.
Tragedy.
It's a tragedy. I can't. It's hard. It's hard to do Mike Tyson lip. Mike Tyson. He got a real tiger.
Speaking of, there was a flood in India, and this tiger.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a flood in India.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking of tigers, I'm
Speaking
like,
of which,
and this tiger like found refuge in this person's home, and it just went to sleep in someone's bed, and they just left it. They were like, "We're gonna let him sleep."
We're gonna let him just chill out. Do we want to do the last?
No, we'll
rating?
do that next
You
time.
sure?
Yeah, because it's starting to get loud.
Oh.
okay, so let's wrap it
We're
up
at
then.
42 minutes.
That's perfect. 42. That's a good number.
Perfect.
42. That's the meaning of life.
Is it though?
Yeah, have you ever
Is that
seen
from
Hitchhiker's Guide? Yeah.
Yeah.
42. That's the meaning of life.
Silverfish. What was the fish thing? It
I
was.
don't remember. I haven't seen that movie. I know I saw it.
It's on Netflix, I think.
Yeah.
Netflix is okay.
I have the book. The book's superior.
Before we go, so with Disney Plus coming out, and
Scam.
well, kind of. Well, with all the since
Yeah.
yesterday, we
Dude, all these movies coming out.
yes. So the question I have, what's Netflix gonna do?
What do you mean?
Netflix is already on its way down.
They're just gonna have to. They're gonna have to make
Well, yeah, they
new
lost
deals.
1.8 million or
They
18 million.
they lost a lot of money,
I
and
mean, I'm not gonna end up deleting.
But-
I'm not gonna get rid of Netflix.
but
But there's still a lot of Netflix
They're
originals that I like.
yeah,
and
that's
they
that's
still
the
do a
only
lot
thing
of-
keeping Netflix around is the
And I
original
think-
series.
but there's not even that many good ones if you really think about it.
no, there are.
There's
They're-
BoJack.
Okay,
There's
just because you watch
No,
them
no.
doesn't mean there aren't other ones that are good.
I'm not saying
There's
that.
over 100 Netflix original
Yeah,
series.
but like how many of them are like quality?
But to you,
okay,
because like I don't watch the same
A
shit
lot,
that
yeah,
everyone else.
a lot of people are gonna watch different stuff, and
I
a
know.
lot of people are gonna think.
It's because
different
I
things are
hate like
good.
I hate the stupid like I hate like shit like The Bachelor.
do you
And-
how do you feel about Stranger Things?
I've never watched. I've
They're
never
writing it
watched
out.
it.
They're writing it out. I think the problem with that show is I think it wasn't meant to go this long.
I mean, they can go a lot of different ways with it.
But I don't think the intention was, hey, we should do 3 seasons. I don't think they
I think once they realize the first season did as well as it did,
Yeah,
of
well,
course they're going to keep going with it.
exactly. But I don't think these like kids. I don't think that the way that they're aging and stuff. I think I heard that was a big problem with it.
No, I think that Harry Potter, if they could do that with Harry Potter, because like when they were going from year 1 to year 2 to year 3, there were 3 or 4 years between those films.
Yeah.
If they can make that work with as much as they're recording and as often as they're recording new seasons, I don't think it's an issue. I mean, the kids are going through adolescence.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
what are you
think
gonna
the
do?
quality has gone down, but that is me.
I don't know. I've heard. I mean, I didn't really hear much about the second season, but the third season, people are going on and on about it.
Yeah. Okay. But do we want to talk? Do we want to just end it here, or do we want to go talk about Disney and their Comic-Con?
We can do that next time when it's more established.
Yeah, instead of trying to squeeze it in at the end.
Huh?
I mean, like, they're just... Marvel's releasing a bunch of movies. It's cool. I mean, we don't have that much
It's
information
cool.
about it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
until we can get more shit.
X-Men and Fantastic Four.
I'm excited for Fantastic Four.
I think everyone is.
If they make a good one.
I mean,
I'm excited for Blade, too.
Their track record, yeah, me too. Especially the
With Mahershala Ali.
Well, I think it's a nice callback because, Blade being the film that basically saved Marvel.
Iron Man did that.
No,
Let's say.
Blade did it before.
Blade
But
did
like-
it before. Blade was.
But they didn't make.
Blade was late '90s, early 2000s.
Was that a Marvel production?
Yes. Marvel sold all of their comic book
Yeah, I know.
because they were going bankrupt.
Yes.
And they said, okay, well, let's take this character and let's make a movie about it. That's why
Wesley
there were 3 of them. Blade did a lot better than they thought it was going to do, and it got them into, okay, well, you know, if this can work,
Yeah. Why
let's
not
go
make it-
ahead and do Iron Man. And then that's...
See, I thought they sold Blade. I thought it
No,
was
Blade was
different
Marvel.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes. Wesley Snipes.
Shut up.
So what do you think they're gonna do with that?
With what?
With the Blade?
This is a different universe. It's just like how they did it with Spider-Man.
A different
it's-
universe? What do you mean?
Or, I mean, like, it's just, they don't have to, I mean, it's...
Well, like, do you think it'll be connected? Like, he'll.
No, I think it's going to be 2 completely different movies.
What, from the first
Yeah.
first
Well,
trilogy?
no, yeah, obviously.
yeah.
No. I'm talking about like, how do you think he's gonna be introduced in like this next like?
Josh, just go ahead and say what you're saying because I know exactly where you're going with this.
No, what?
You were saying that in the conversation.
No, like,
with
oh,
Kevin and I.
the Dark Avengers thing.
Yes.
But I don't know if that's like I don't know if I'm just talking out of my ass.
I mean,
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Ask you a question.
What? Is that it? Is that how we're gonna end that?
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it next week, I guess.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Okay.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Christina Applegate.
Shout out to that guy. The guy from Princess Bride. You need to charge Joey $90.
Please.
He stole from you.
I didn't steal from him.
Yeah, I did that at the bar the other day when Aaron was in town. They like only charged me for 2 drinks, but I like.
I had 6 drinks in my hand.
there were 6 throughout the evening, and then an order of like
Shots.
pretzel
Oh.
wings.
Yeah, sometimes
things.
I mean sometimes.
And I
you
said,
catch a break.
I said to him, I was like, yeah, I had way more than this.
And
And
you're
they're
like,
just like, well, okay. And I said, all right, well, thanks.
You
I
don't
appreciate
care.
It.
You don't care.
It would have been
Okay.
like $35, but I only ended up paying like 10.
Maybe
Yeah.
they thought you were cute.
Maybe.
I guess.
Not I guess, I know.
Alec
I
was
do
showing
have
off
that
his.
special twinkle in my eye.
He was showing off his chest hair.
His
I
chest
was
hair.
not.
Yeah.
Do you
I do
have,
not.
Do you have a lot?
I have a lot of nipple hair.
Me too. I keep them insulated.
the more you know. God knows everybody who listens to this wanted to know that.
That's probably like some of our listeners' fetish. They're like, ooh,
Ooh.
Alex, my new favorite.
They're looking at your shirt and like, oh.
I can only imagine the nipples on that guy.
It's like Alec has no hair on his body except just a shit, like, big fucking rings of hair around his nipples.
Yeah.
Forests.
Basically,
It's like, you remember playing Final Fantasy VIII?
Yeah.
And you're walking along the path and you just see those random little, like, patches of forest.
Yeah.
That, only on my chest.
That was good.
Yes.
That was a good visual.
And on that note,
we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah,
and,
we're gonna. Alec, you want us?
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
Right.
Let's pay homage to the little
Nipples.
Yeah,
nipples.
this
yes.
is for the nipple people. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Visit our website. Talk to Joey. He's busy. Visit him at work.
Yeah, come to Fathead.
See ya.